"10 Star Wars Rogue One predictions, aka shit I'm wrong about, aka I couldn't help myself. Number 1. This is a kyber crystal. It is used in the construction of lightsabers. My prediction is that the Empire needs the kyber crystal to create the Death Star laser beam. This makes sense to me. The Empire is hunting Jyn not only because she is the daughter of the architect of the Death Star, but because what she possesses is the final piece of the puzzle. Maybe without her crystal, the battle station cannot wield enough power to destroy planets and is limited to only be used for smaller localized attacks. Number 2, the Imperial message that the rebels intercept was meant to look like it came from Jyn Erso's father, but it was really a trap because the Empire found out that she had a kyber crystal. What do you do if you can't find your enemy? You make them come to you. I think this point will play a large role. Jyn's father is possibly in shackles. He's probably in a prisoner cell block. He probably had no role in sending the message at all. He probably refused to participate in order to protect his daughter, and now they're walking into a trap. Number 3, Galen Erso, Jyn Erso's father, purposefully designed the Death Star with the thermal exhaust port flaw. The exhaust port was no accident. It was all part of the plan, a weak point in the battle station that would give the rebellion a fighting chance. This is very clever if it's true. Galen could have been plugging away, building the Death Star without putting up a struggle and fully cooperating, and all the while knowing that the technological terror that he was constructing had a huge vulnerability that he put there. Maybe that's why Vader was so hell-bent on getting R2 and the plans in A New Hope. Maybe he knew about this vulnerability. Hey, maybe that's why he hopped in his TIE Advanced at the end of the movie when the rebels were attacking, because he knew the rebels actually had a chance. Number 4, one of the main rebel characters is a double agent. Possibly unknowingly. This does not exclude the new droid K2SO. It's possible that the droid's reprogrammed allegiance with the Rebel Alliance was no accident. I can imagine a scenario where the audience falls in love with this new droid and roots for him, but later on we learn that he's unknowingly tracking the Rebels' movements for the Empire and ends up sacrificing himself Terminator 2 style. Number 5. If the double agent is not K2SO, and the double agent is a willing participant, they will be redeemed in a final act of heroism. This may seem a little cliche, but I totally see it happening. The double agent will be embedded with the Rebel Alliance and over time begin to empathize and sympathize with their struggle. The redeemed villain is a big part of not only Star Wars lore, but storytelling as a whole. I don't see Krennic being the redeemed villain at all. I think he will be ruthless through and through. But I think someone within the Rebel Alliance who leaked plans or sold them out will realize what they've done and try to make up for it. Number 6, no one will use a lightsaber, not even Darth Vader. I think this will be the first Star Wars movie without a single lightsaber firing up. And I have no problem with that. I would kind of prefer it. I think Vader will pilot. I think Vader will choke. I think Vader will be an overall brutal badass, but I don't think we'll see him in combat, and I don't think we'll see him use a lightsaber. I know a lot of people want to see him cut down rebels left and right, and while I admit that would be cool to see, I don't think we'll see it. Number 7, Jyn Erso does not use the Force. In the new international trailer, Jyn's supposed mother tells a young Jyn to trust the Force. This sent the internet into a tizzy. A lot of people think Jyn will at some point use the Force in ways we've seen people use the Force in the past Star Wars films. I don't really see it that way. From what I've seen in the trailer, the Force is presented as more of a mystical, intangible, metaphysical faith, a religion, something that Jyn believes in, but cannot fully grasp. The Force wills it. The Force surrounds us and penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together. It seems to be more of a scaffolding for her morality, and not necessarily something that she can wield and bend to her will. In a sense, she is using the Force. She's using the Force internally to guide her decisions and her path, but I don't think we'll see her moving objects or doing any mind trickery. Number 8. Every member in Jyn Erso's small rebel team will die, including Jyn Erso. Some people think that this needs to happen in order to explain where these characters were during A New Hope. That's not my reasoning for this prediction. You don't need to explain why these characters were absent from A New Hope. It's unnecessary. A New Hope was a different story. It wasn't Jyn Erso's story. My reasoning for this prediction is that I just want to see it. I want the movie to end on a sober note. One where you feel bad for our main heroes, but at the same time, appreciative of their sacrifice. I think it would be an incredible way to end the first Star Wars spin-off movie. It would be a pretty bold decision. Number 9. The movie will end exactly where A New Hope begins. Exactly. Shot for shot. My guess is that the shot will pan down like it did after the opening crawl of A New Hope. We'll see Tatooine at the bottom of the frame, we'll hear the Tantive 4 engines approaching, and then cue the credits. This is all pure speculation, of course, but I would absolutely love that. There doesn't have to be a 3PO or R2 cameo. There doesn't have to be a backshot of a bund-haired Princess Leia. We know they're there. I think the simple Tatooine horizon and the approaching Tantive 4 engine would be a perfect tie-in. Number 10. Star Wars Rogue One will get an 84 on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know why I picked 84. It's the first number that came to mind. Those are my completely unresearched and baseless Rogue One predictions. I usually don't do these kind of videos. I usually stay away from predicting and speculating, but man, I could not help myself. The more I think about the Rogue One roller coaster we're all about to go on, the more my mind hops around and thinks about the potential twists and turns. In exactly 30 days, I want all of you guys to come back to this video and tell me how wrong I was in the comment section below. So, what are some of your predictions? Let me know in the comment section below. HelloGreedo, out.